Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's review day! Today we're going to review what are these, the Sea to Summit waterproof bags, both the heavier duty bag and also the silicone nylon bag. Are these the best transport, backpacking, and expedition bags out there? Let's find out. Are the Sea to Summit silicone nylon bags, these really thin guys, and the waterproof strapped bags, some of the best expedition bags out there? I personally think so. I've used these on quite a few expeditions into the Arctic, into the Antarctic, on Denali, on Kilimanjaro, all sorts of crazy places in the world, and they really, really do well. Now, you might say, like, Aaron, how are you going to do an entire video about bags? Well, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread these things out and show you the different options you have versus the silicone nylon bags, which are ultralight, and then the heavier duty, more waterproof bags, and what my experience has been with them. So I used these bags in Antarctica in my 2012 and 13 expedition. I've used them every time on Denali. I've been up there several times, and just they're quite incredible. So also, right before we go on, if you could just take a moment and hit the subscribe button below, just to scroll down in your phone, watch the video, hit the subscribe button. That'll help support this channel, and I really appreciate it. Thanks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour out these different bags. I'm going to weigh them and measure them and talk about my experience with them and all the different features, which is pretty slick. So what we'll do is, hopefully I won't cut off my head in the video too badly. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that these bags come in different variations of weight. So of course you can't touch them, but you can see they're really, really thin, and that's what's called silicone impregnated nylon. Say that 3 times as fast. It's called SIL NY or NI, which stands for silicone nylon. And then the bag has a ripstop fabric that you can see in there as soon as the camera focuses. And this is the ultralight edition. If you want sacks for trekking that are ultralight, these are pretty much impossible to beat. Also, a nice feature is they come with a little rubber strip on here to help you seal the bag. So that is actually pretty slick. And you'll see that the lid is, or the opening is not super floppy. It actually has some rigidity to it, which makes a huge, huge difference in you using this bag. Now you notice, see, when I fold this and just hold it up, that actually is holding its shape. So when you roll this bag up and then you click it over, it actually helps create a semi-waterproof seal. Now, the silicone nylon bags, you can see I've got my old label from Antarctica where it says headwear. The silicone nylon bags are not super waterproof. If I mush it, I can hear a little bit of air coming out, but it's not too bad. They're decently water repellent. If you need something more serious, you need the Sea to Summit, the waterproof bags. These guys have a very similar sort of rubberized strap, but the fabric is much, much thicker. You can see, let me unclick this here. This is pretty exciting. So this is why I get excited about expedition wear, and I bring this to you, is just to show you all the different things that I've used, what the experience with them is, and what it takes to go on a crazy expedition. Oh, by the way, I'll put a link below to the silicone nylon bags, the waterproof bags, and also my expedition book, Adventure Expedition 1, that talks about using these different things and how you might use them. So you can see the fabric weight. This guy's pretty crinkly, but this is actually a little bit stiffer. So that's pretty slick. So instead of a drawstring was passe, not that great. Instead, nowadays, what people do is they have these bags you roll, you pinch it together, you click that together, and boom, this bag, an 8-liter bag, can hold my Western Mountaineering Megalight sleeping bag at no problem. In fact, there's plenty of space. You can mush this down. I've used this, not this particular bag, but the silicone nylon bags in, where was I? In Greenland, and they worked quite well. I should have had the waterproof bag, but I was trying to save ounces. You know, it's a balance. Also, I've got another video to the event bags by Sea Summit that are super crazy good, and those are my heavy-duty expedition bags. I'll put a link below there as well. Just to see the links on the video, if you click on that little arrow and it expands out, you'll be able to see the text and see the links to this. So, without further ado, let me spread out the different bags and show you the various options. Now, each one of these bags is labeled, or most of them are labeled, with how many liters they are. Like this guy is labeled, let's see, this is Sea Summit bag. They've changed their labels over time. Like this one's a 1 liter bag versus this is an 8 liter bag. And what that is just how much water this can hold. But let me spread out these bags and show you all the different variations and colors and options that I've used over time. This, I think this is a 20 liter bag. I mean, this is pretty big. I mean, you can fit your head in there. Now, of course, don't do that with children because they could die and suffocate. I used to use the old mesh bags, but they're so much heavier, and of course it's mesh, so water will get through. I used to use them a lot, and they had the drawstring. The nice part about the drawstring is you keep more volume in the bag rather than having to roll it over. But surprisingly, this mesh is really, really heavy. And I've got some other bags of bags in here. And this will happen to you as you do expeditions, is, you know, you just end up with this crazy collection of bags. Here is, let's see, there's another Sea Summit. This one, let me tilt the camera out just a bit. This one is a drawstring design. I bought this quite a long time ago. This is more for a sleeping bag, and I don't really use this anymore just because when I draw the string, it has the volume, but there's no water repellency whatsoever. The water can easily get in there. So let me spread these out. I use these guys as stuff sacks. This is what I used to use, and these bags are what I use now, or these guys. So I'm going to show you the weight difference here. So I've got a bag that can hold 20 liters, and in fact it has my own fly tag. Let's leave that on there just for kicks, versus this bag, which is from, I think this is an REI product at the time. Let's see. Yeah, that's an REI bag. Yeah. Oops. There you go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my scale, handy dandy scale, and we're going to weigh these two bags and see what you get for what you get. I'll turn the scale on. You probably won't be able to read it, of course. Oh, wrong scale. See, for an adventure, you have to have a scale, backpacking and all that. And so this bag, and we'll do this in grams because it's a little bit easier to measure out. So this bag weighs 86 grams, okay? So you can read that there. So this volume of this bag is about that big, 86 grams. This bag, let me just fold it up here. Okay, so that scale goes to 0. With the tag on there, this bag weighs, let me see if I can mush it down just a bit more. We'll click it in, it's 86 grams. And you'll see, check that out, 58 grams. So this bag, which is waterproof and has much bigger, much more carrying capacity compared to the mesh bag, which I thought was super light, is 58 versus 86 grams. And that's a huge difference. I mean, that's like a 60% increase in weight for half the volume carrying capacity. So that's pretty amazing. So a bag that is this big compared to a mesh bag, which isn't even close to the volume, the mesh bag weighs 60% more, give or take, you know, my math in my head, versus a silicone nylon bag, which is this big. Huge difference. Now, if we want to break out and go super bag, because that's what we do here, Then you can get the waterproof edition of the Sea to Summit bags. And then this bag is, how many liters is this thing? It's huge too. I think this is the 20, or let's see. No, it's a little bit more. Maybe let's call it 20. So this is an extra waterproof bag, and I'm going to weigh this as well. So I'm going to put this on the scale. And we'll check that out. Let me roll that up so we get a real honest measurement. So you can see that the bag is on the scale, and it's a little bit stiffer, so we'll mush it on there. See if we can be honest with the weight. So that's 84 grams. Here, let's flip this up. All right, come on. Killing me here. Killing me, Smalls. Okay, so there we go. This bag is 84 grams. So 84 grams in this bag versus the mesh bag that weighs 84. So this bag here, the waterproof 20 plus liter bag, weighs exactly the same, or within a gram or two, as this mesh bag, which is much, much smaller, isn't waterproof, doesn't have a really nice carrying handle. Whoo, yeah. So this bag here, which is much more waterproof, has a nice little lock and a carrier and all that, versus a mesh bag that doesn't even compare. I mean, there is no comparison. Let me get back. So this guy, 83, 84 grams. This guy, 84 grams. And there you go. So these Sea to Summit bags, whether you get the waterproof version or the silicone nylon version for ultralight, but still really, really tough, just last and last. I can't recommend them enough. They go down all the way to the 1 liter size, which is what I put my sleeping pad in. Or these guys, this is a 2 liter, slightly bigger. You go up to the 8 liter, and I can carry all my headwear in there. I mean, I'm just, bags galore. And, that's the option. So originally, way back when, these sacks were really good, but I've since upgraded to the Sea to Summit bags, and I've been super happy with them. So again, check out the link below. Just log on, but I definitely swear by these things. I mean, I only have wrecked, I think, 2 of them. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of a hole in one. Now, mind you, this has been through hell and back, 3+ months in Antarctica, and it got a little hole. I did tear one bag one time because it was left in the Antarctic sun for a couple weeks. The UV obliterated it, but that was like putting it in a tanning bed for like 3 weeks. I mean, no plastics will ever hold up to that. So also, by the way, I don't receive any sponsorship or financial contribution or free bags from Sea to Summit. So I'm just letting you know my experience with these products, what they mean to me, and how they've helped me out. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Please like and comment on my videos. Scroll to the bottom, leave a comment, and give me some ideas about videos that I can do for you to help you out with your expeditioning, travel, adventure, backpack, fun, and motivational needs. Please support my channel on Venmo and PayPal and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.